Greetings, Keishlings. Keish Prime here with my live reaction of My Hero Academia, Chapter 291. Okay, last chapter finally revealed that Dabi is Toya Todoroki, and kind of laid out his plans for what he plans to do. It seems like he wants to kill off at least his more prestigious younger brother and his father, along with ruining his career in the process. So, while also traumatizing his poor mother. I didn't even think about it, or at least I didn't dive into it too much in my post read analysis. So yeah, but yeah, really makes you wonder what he was the scarring and everything more to do with what he had been doing after he died, disappeared, whatever, or was that directly linked to Endeavor's, hellish training of his son? Before he kind of just viewed him as a, failure. Even though there was that one flashback where we saw him and he was not scarred, so self-mutilation much? But whatever. Anyway, let's get into the chapter, and it is thanks for being alright. He's not alright. He's a criminal. He's probably mentally scarred, physically scarred, and is now about to murder again. Let's see here. The day was one of cold winds and dry air. Toya had perished in a fire. Really? Okay. We're finally getting that backstory now. It took place at the... There's something on my glasses. The tiniest little speck. It took place at the Sikoto Hill where I used to train. The flames had exceeded 2,000 degrees, leaving no trace of a corpse behind. Ultimate cremation. Is that why he, goes with the name Dabi then? Because it, translates as, cremation, so... I was told that at such extreme temperatures, even his bones had turned to dust and disintegrated into ashes. All that we managed to recover from him was a piece of his lower jawbone. What? Did he fake his own death? I can't live with this family. Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna fake my own death. I spit a little bit. I'm stupid. Anyway, also disgusting. And yet back then I... Toya, what's with your hair? Oh, it's got a white bit in it. Is that supposed to indicate that he has, ice powers slightly in his genetics? But then again, if you look at his older sister, she kind of has, a weird blend of hair colors, too, so... Maybe it just takes a little time. Who knows? It's turned white. You're kidding. I'm getting old. Did you diet? No way I'd do that. How things changed. Though my firstborn Toya didn't possess Ray's ice quirk. Anyway, today's the day. Teach me your ultimate move. And he's all fired up. Oh, it's happy to see him like this, even though we know where this all goes. His firepower was even greater than my own. It's interesting, that's kind of natural progression, but it's actually also a little weird. Typically quirks do get stronger with every passing generation. That's the whole, quirk singularity thing. But the problem with that is, where is this extra firepower coming from, given that it's a fire and ice quirk that combined together and made a super fire quirk? It really doesn't make any sense, does it? But anyway, lacking in ice, he would still have to face the detriment of occasional overheating. Yet I decided to do my best to raise this child into a hero. Okay, and here he looks like he's a little baby, he's way younger than he was. But he has, way more hair. That's, all the little splotches, unless is that another one of the Todoroki siblings. At the same time, I had desired a court consisting of equal parts ice and fire. My wife agreed and said, if we have siblings, they could encourage each other. Oh, so that's when Fuyumi was born. Okay, and so our second, Fuyumi, was born. She had only inherited an ice quirk. Well, have them as a superhero duo. You know, it's like, oh, big bro Toya, you overheating. It's like, I'm fucking blazing. Cool me down, sis. And it's like, all right, you know, there you go. Superpowered team go. They don't have to have it all in one. And plus, teamwork is a good thing. I know the hero occupation is like super competitive and all that bullshit, but it's like, I think it could work given that their father is who he is and who he would eventually become the number one hero. So it's like, yeah, it's like, quit overtraining your kids to the point where you thought they died, possibly, and then bam, you become father of two great heroes. Bam. And possibly more. Actually, that would actually make you wonder, would the other two siblings actually have been born in this case? But, let's see. Instead of a quirk with both like I had hoped. However, I was fine with it during those times. Oh, so he was actually much more tempered in these days. Interesting. Because Toya himself had proven to be blessed with more talent and potential than myself. So I had left all of my ambitions to Toya. Oh god, now I see where it's coming from. It's like, I'm living precariously through you, boy. You have all the power I wish I had, but also my overheating. Just strap a radiator on him and he'll be fine. Ouch. With you? Oh, he burned himself that time. There was a potential to reach heights that I had coveted my entire career. Oh, and here he's like envisioning Toya like crossing the gap between number 2 to number 1, and you see All Might on the other side of the crevice. My resentment, jealousy, and ugly heart, all of it. I've done away with all of it for you. You should have. You really should have. I'd have done it too, if you hadn't died and failed me. You know, why is this notion doesn't seem like the endeavor that we're seeing in this flashback, nor the one that we've come to know throughout the rest of the series. So it's like there's a weird disconnect to what's being said to what we've actually seen, and it's kind of annoying. Okay, there's Giganto. And we got Dabi still up there, and Endeavor and Todoroki are there. I really should just call him Shoto, but like I've gotten so damn used to calling him Todoroki, even though literally I could be talking about any three of these guys. Toya is dead. This is an unforgivable lie. I'm alive and kicking. It's no unforgivable truth, it's an unforgivable truth, Father. So sad that you never bothered to invite me to your fire quark infested agency. He thought you were dead. He would have loved to have had you as a sidekick. God damn, you bastard. I swear, he must had some kind of mental problems that were so underlining that like something just flipped a switch off in his head in all the wrong ways. But, Dabi, this is the first I'm hearing of this. Okay, so Mr. Compress is like, what? Did he keep it hidden from us as well? Whatever. Focus. Okay, so they're tending to Shigaraki there. Or Tomura, either way. Wake up, Shigaraki. We're here. Give Maki an order. What are you, part of this overcooked family reunion as well? Looks like he's about to take off his mask. You can swab me or take some blood samples as a souvenir if you don't believe me. Go run a DNA test. though my own test results are already being publicized as we speak. Okay, and we're back to that video where it's now showing across the city, and I guess he's got the test results right there in his hand. With some of Endeavor's blood left behind after his big fight in Kyushu, it came back with a 99.99% match. And and who would have believed in a medical document procured by a villain of all people? You all would need a little more convincing than that. After bearing me, my father would force my mother to give birth to more offspring, and by the fourth, it worked. Some of you may know him as Shoto. Yeah, there's gonna be a big family fight coming. And I hate that Ray is just having all the mental breakdown probably right now. And also I'm looking a little ahead on the page here. And we're seeing both Fuyumi at her teaching job or whatever it is. I forget exactly. I think it's at some kind. Well, it looks like a teaching job. I forget if she's actually a teacher of what. I don't know. And then Natsuo, they're receiving the information, someone coming into the class and everything. It's this is going to affect the whole Todoroki clan, because it's the brother we thought was dead. Natsuo seemed to have the most connection with him, so it's that's a, well, not seems to, it was outright stated in the last chapter, but it's yeah, it's he's going to be the most affected other than the parents themselves. But it's just I hope that this doesn't lead to someone's death, though it probably will. Endeavor's the most likely thing, but getting all of this dirty laundry being aired out, it's definitely going to impact his hero career. They might demote him out of legalized hero at all if he's not killed during this. So, and then the ramifications of child abuse, the whole quirk marriage things, because that was looked down upon back in the day. So it's yeah, that's literally what he was doing. So, and then they'll probably look into the other children's lives to see what kind of abuses, and then the charges will just keep going up. He might go to jail. And then when they evaluate his wife and everything, and it's she's going to be even more mentally broken after all this, and then to find out that the family's being destroyed along with it, it's that woman will never recover. This whole Dabi reveal is going to kill this poor family and every hope and dream they might have ever had. But yeah, she's being informed, and Natsuo is watching it on the internet on his phone. And oh wait, I skipped something. But even with his trophy son, my father would still get physical with him. I've seen it firsthand. Okay. Endeavor doesn't have any consideration or respect for others. He has a narrow, self-righteous mentality, mired in his self-image. And we're just seeing hordes of different, hordes, I say hordes. And it's we see people on the street, and then there's an old lady watching it on TV and everything. Do you think that kind of human would be allowed to assume the role of a hero, let alone assume the position of number one? Oh, there's Endeavor's biggest fan. Also with the shark dude that we saw last chapter as well. It's a lie. This is... No one could believe this, right? Or no one would believe this, right? Our faith in our heroes won't waver just because of this. We aren't that stupid. But I guess this kind of trait runs rampant in the industry. Okay. Wait. What? Where is that footage coming from? I present to you number 2 hero Hawks. It's when Hawks killed twice. Where did you get that footage, Dabi? Goddamn, he's gonna take down the whole society. Like, that, people have been talking about that, like, the trust in heroes would probably diminish, especially after this arc. But I didn't think in this way. I mean, like, Hawks is barely alive and you're just throwing his ass under the bus to finish him off. What? I still gotta protect their happiness. The others are waiting for you. And there he is in the just the burning building and everything. Without any hesitation whatsoever, Hawk stabbed a villain with his feather blade as he was crying and running away right in front of me as I tried to protect him. You're welcome for editing this in for such on such short notice. You may now grovel to me. Oh, skeptic, you bastard. Thanks. Your camera's caught such great footage, or good footage, I couldn't let it go to waste. I should have known it was Skeptic's, like, camera network, but I didn't know, really, like, the camera system in that mansion, so... But anyway, at least it got explained. Endeavor considered this a homecoming gift from me to you, since I dug up something of that good-for-nothing spy Hawks as well. Hawks? In order to infiltrate us, he did something unspeakable. He killed another hero, the poor number 3, who was recuperating. Best genius. Excuse me. But he's not dead, right? We've literally seen him. Well, not full reveal or anything, but it's like, that's kind of like who's in the plane. It's what those cables are for. They're freaking fiber and everything. Fiber cables and shit. So it's like, yeah. But maybe they don't know that yet. I mean, they can't know everything, right? Violence has become such a norm in his life that he did it without a second thought. And there's the like base camp where they've got Hawks, and there's a Tokoyami. He's probably like, how dare you besmirch Sensei, you motherfucking burn bitch. It's quite similar to someone else, actually. His father was a serial robber and murderer. In other words, a villain. What? Nose is itchy. The reason his record and real name are kept from the public is because of that exact reason. His father was caught by Endeavor. And they misspelled Endeavor. What a coincidence. Looks like birds of a feather flock together after all. Really, you had to use that pun? I can't forgive them. And he's like, I can't forgive them even though I killed 30 people. Brrr. God damn, you pulling on all the heartstrings, and I hate you. Because, like, people without crucial, like, logic deducing skills are going to be like, oh my god, Endeavor's the worst, Huck's the worst, heroes can't be trusted because they do so many evil things, even though individuals are supposed to be held responsible for their own actions. Yet, is Dabi going to be held for his own? It's like, he's playing the victim. I was the victim even though I did this myself. They're packed and sold to under the name of justice when they don't even have an ounce of empathy. And on top of that, they dare call themselves heroes. They're deceiving all of you. Please think more critically. That was the word I was thinking of a moment ago. The other ones they protect are themselves, or the only ones they protect are themselves, everyone. You are just being used as tools to protect and enable these ugly people. And just everyone's reactions We saw it like on the streets and everything, like all the big jumbo screens all over the city are just like, holy crap. Just airing this dirty laundry that is also being, manipulated. There's Endeavor's big fan. Again, there's Deku. There's Endeavor himself, Bakugo, Tenya, Nejuri. Can't you see, Kun? See, Kun? Can't you see, Kun? What? What? I can't. This is... The person speaking is the victor. Truthfully, I would have been fine with putting it behind me. Even moving from a villain. Or even moving. I can't read, apparently. Becoming a villain, the words that I speak will shake them to their cores. Sorry, I just really wanted to gloat a bit by my bad. You monster. And there's Shoto as well. I'm not quite sure who that is. There's someone like covering up their face. Is that the mother? No, I don't think so. They won't be able to trust any of you after this. The damage has already been done. Good lord, that face right there. After seeing something like that, who the hell wouldn't be shaking in their boots? Thanks for hanging in there until now, Endeavor. And he's jumping off Giganto now. Found you. Back then Father, he's coming, Father! I believed you had to be alive. Protect Midori and the others. Senpai and I will handle this. Please move. Protect them. Hey, please get it together. Uh-oh, he's igniting. Flash Fire Fist. Oh, he did teach him that move. Prominence. And he's like crashing down with all the flames. Or no, wait. I looked at it wrong. But he is coming down with it. Wires from above? What's going on? Who's this? Oh, is it Best Genus now? There's the cables. Okay. Apologies for being fashionably late. And Best Genus will now be returning to work starting today. And he has finally returned. The return of the Gene. Wearing man. I mean, he's basically wearing a pair of jeans on his face. I mean, it's an interesting look, don't get me wrong. It's a different way to take, like, the edgy, like, oh, I'm dark and edgy. I gotta wear belts all over my body. At least he's more conservative with it and a little more different in its design. So I gotta give him that. So, yeah, he's coming into the fray now. Good. I'm not sure what he's going to do. Because, I mean, it's good to have backup, don't get me wrong. And he is, like, the number 3 hero. So there's a lot he could potentially do. I'm not sure. But it depends if those cables are, like, fire resistant. Because otherwise you ain't gonna get shit done. But, yeah, just kind of popping them fingers because, oh, yeah, that felt good. I don't know if you guys actually heard my neck pop. Oh, okay, that did feel so good. But anyway, yes. Okay, the big reveal is out there. The fight is now kicking up just like a blaze. You know, he got it started, but now with the world's reactions, God knows where this, bonfire of destruction will actually end. But it does look like Shoto and Dabi that versus is being set up now. Endeavor is just too awestruck by this revelation. Well, maybe not awestruck, just shocked and dismayed that, like, his own son, who he thought to be dead, is just a monster. And kind of made himself more into a monster. And I just keep thinking of the I'm a monster, the song from Hotel Transylvania. Every time I say monster. But yes. What he does say, to an extent, could be a little true, like the way that heroes work. Like, they need to actually be true heroes. Like, that part has been emanating through the series for a long time. So, like, maybe this will actually be a good thing in the long run. Like, it may shake everything to the core, and people will, be more distrusting, or at least more observant to how heroes act and everything. But then maybe maybe you burn away all of the fake heroes, the ones that are just doing it for commercial success and for the money, the fame. And maybe that brings up the true heroes, from the ashes. And maybe that will be a big revelation for this series later down the line. Dabi's burning away the old world so that the new possibilities of a better world are now going to be able to shine through. I don't know. Or he just wants the whole world to burn. Don't really know. That, I mean, him and Tomura kind of have like that kind of, because of how their powers are, that like destruction, burning, all that kind of stuff. Definitely there. But yeah, I do, like I said before, and I think I said it about all I really need to say about it, but just to reiterate, the Todoroki family may never be the same again. Like, and now that we're getting to see more of that, to like, like Natsuo, he's probably going to go back into, or if he wasn't already in therapy, he going back to therapy. His mom probably going to have a mental breakdown like we've never known before, and she may never come out of it. So, like, she was making those steady little progressing steps to recovery, but this bombshell, I think, might finally completely break the poor woman. And then, the siblings, obviously, their brother's back, but now you know what has become of him, and that's dark and dismaying for the poor family. And Endeavor, his career is probably going to be all but just gone by the end of this arc. Like, they may just completely disbar him from being a hero. Like, any commercial success he's had as a hero, like, contracts, like commercial dealings and all that kind of stuff, being the number one, and being a high-ranking hero for years. Probably all that's going to disappear. The family's going to be broke. That's if he doesn't go to jail or die during this arc, something like that. It's very possible. And then finding out that Hawks actually has a darker past that I don't think was ever really alluded to, other than like how he became a hero and why. I guess that makes more sense to why they like kept him on such the straight and narrow and trained him the way that they did, was so that he wouldn't turn out like his father. It's like, you have so much potential, boy. We can't let that be squandered. We must train you. You must become a child soldier. But yes. So that was interesting. So like the top two heroes, their careers and everything are just going to be gone. Best Jeanist, he's coming back into it, so maybe he might actually become the new number one. Who knows? But yeah, that's about it, I guess. Sorry to go on a little longer than I might have wanted to, but these thoughts had to be had. But let me know your own thoughts and opinions on this chapter. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content. I stream on Twitch where I do gaming, and I'll tweet out when I go live. Part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, thank you for watching, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Quichling, how will the world burn? It will burn long, bright, and hard, until nothing is left, possibly. This is bad.